Alright, answer me this thing. How are bugs so little, but I'm so afraid of it? Like, the tiniest little things, I can crush it, but I'm scared. Instead of crushing it, I'm running the other way, freaking out. And then half the time, I don't even know what the bug is. Bugs are, honest to God, everywhere. I feel like I remember reading something that even if you don't see one, there's probably a bug in the same room as you. I mean, how do you sleep at night knowing that? And isn't there another fact saying like a certain amount of spiders you eat per year just because when you sleep, your mouth opens up and they crawl in? I'm totally freaking out right now. I don't really want to think about this one. Well, let me know, what bug do you think is the scariest, or what animal in general do you guys think is the scariest? Let me know in those comment section below. And also letting you guys know, we're giving away a total of $5,000 to you guys. Yeah, you watching this video right now, you have a chance to win. By the time you watch this video, depending on when you watch this video, depends on what the giveaway is. Head over to my Instagram at Landon Productions, follow me there, and follow Most Amazing Official. And all you have to do is look for the contest pictures. You guys are looking at the most active contest picture right now. Find this picture and tell me, what would you guys spend the money on? And good luck. All right, well, what's up, you guys? My name is Landon Do Not Sing. Welcome back to another Most Amazing Top 10 video. Right now in the comment section, spam Landon Do Not Sing. All right, let's get right into this one. This is the top 10 scary biggest insects ever found. So this is probably my worst nightmare, the worst possible thing. Like, I'm afraid of dogs. I'm not talking about small dogs, maybe the big dogs, and I'm afraid of wind. And now I have to say, I'm afraid of like these big insects. All right, well, let's kick off this list off. And at number 10, we have the Atlas moth. Okay, these moths, like, I'm probably afraid of it, although it's a moth. You take any bug and make them big, and I'm afraid of it. You take a chihuahua and you make it big for me, and I'm afraid of it. You take wind and turn it into a tornado, I'm afraid. You guys get the point. Well, these Atlas moths are literally as big as birds and are without a doubt the biggest moths to exist. Their wingspans can measure at least a foot in length. Even their caterpillars can be about an inch thick. Their cocoons are a whole other story though. Like, yes, silk comes from silkworms, but did you guys know that in Taiwan, some people use the cocoons of these Atlas moths as purses? Like purses, that's how big these things are. If we're talking about like a purse you can put like your whole life in. You put your whole life in there and move out like tomorrow. Okay, to be honest, I don't know if they're like mini purses, like, you know, the one seen by Lizzo at the 2019 AMAs, or an actual functional sized purse, but still, the fact that they can be used as purses is too big for me. Next up, number 9, we have the Titan beetle, also known as the Titanus giganteus. It's the largest beetle in the Amazon, and when it comes to beetles, isn't there like millions of different beetles? Well, this beetle measures up to just under 7 inches long, or about a half a foot. They are known to have a mandible strong enough to snap a pencil in half and to rip human skin. So maybe don't let your curiosity get the best of you by sticking your finger in front of these bugs' face. You might be leaving with one less digit. Continuing on this list, continuing on this path of big insects, number 8 is probably the biggest insect that ever lived. We're talking about the Protodonata, which was basically a giant dragonfly. So these things are flying. This insect is a flyer. Actually, that's exactly what it is. While dragonflies today are pretty large, and when you compare them to other insects, they don't hold a flame to the size of their ancestors. Well, these things used to be nearly 2.5 feet long. So we're not talking about inches. When you talk about insects, it's usually millimeters or centimeters, or it's usually, or maybe in inches, but we're never talking in feet. Well, this guy, we're talking feet, and we're talking 2.5 of them, and we're talking about from wingtip to wingtip, and they have giant mandibles perfect for attacking their prey. Luckily though, they went extinct a long time ago, so we don't actually have to worry about these creatures anymore. At least I don't think so. Number 7 are giant stick bugs. You know those things that you sometimes find on trees? You go pick it up thinking it's a stick, and this stick is freaking moving, and it scares the hell out of you. I usually pick it up and say, is this real life right now? And the stick guy's like, yeah, bud, like I'm real for sure. Well, these things are like 2 feet long. I don't think you want your dog playing fetch with one of these sticks. Luckily, these things are usually harmless though, but they have been known to release a really gross smelling odor as a defense mechanism and detach their own limbs limbs to escape capture. So imagine hanging on to like the butt end of the stick thing, and it just like delodges its butt and it starts running away. Like it's pretty crazy. It's actually pretty an interesting insect. One that I don't need to get too close to though. Number 6 spot we have, well, we're talking about the heaviest bug known to researchers, and we're talking about the giant WETA. I just like saying this insect's name, giant WETA. Well, the name WETA comes from the Maori word Wetapanga, meaning god of ugly things. Is this real life right now? Who named this? That sucks. Imagine being called the god of ugly things. It's not just like just being ugly. It has to be like god of ugly things, like the best of being ugly. Well, luckily they don't fly. Imagine seeing these giant WETAs in the air. Yeah, no thanks. Halfway through now on this list, we have the dreaded tarantula hawk. So not just a normal tarantula. I would freak out if this crawled on me. And if I was on one of those like Fear Factor episodes or on the show, and Joe Rogan's like, hey man, you got to eat this thing. Yeah, I'm losing the money. 10 mil. Yeah, I still can't do it. Well, these things are weird, and they're not like tarantulas or hawks. They're huge wasps. So whoever's naming these things, you have to do a little bit better. Well, they eat tarantulas. It almost sounds like, okay, the tarantula hawk eats tarantulas. Okay, so these things are eating themselves. Well, apparently these wasps have hooks on their legs which help them latch onto their prey, which they then sting with one of their most painful stingers known to man and tarantulas alike. Believe it or not though, they apparently usually are pretty calm towards humans unless provoked. From there, number 4, we have the giant water bug. These massive bugs can grow to be as long as 4 inches, and as the name suggests, well, they live in the water. So not only bugs are on land, when you go swimming, you think you're safe. Well, I mean, there could be sharks and fish, and then that's pretty terrifying. But now there are bugs you have to worry about in the water. I mean, I remember when I found out that snakes can be in the water, and then seeing my first snake in the water just freaked me out. Is it just me, or am I afraid of pretty much everything? Well, they also have these massive pincers. Well, you can imagine why they have the nickname toe biters. Well, when they have their prey, they inject them with some sort of digestive venom, and then they suck out the juices, which is just the most disgusting thing to think about. I wonder what that means for the toes of innocent swimmers, but they're still sometimes served as a bit of a delicacy in Thailand. So people are going into the water and capturing these things, and then they're sucking their juices out. So if you're ever in the mood to give those toe biters a taste of their own medicine, Thailand is the place to go for you. We have ACTEON beetle. These buggers can be 5 inches long and over 1.5 inches thick. They even have those weird horns on their face that make them honestly look like a bit of a rhino. Which makes sense though, because they're nicknamed the rhinoceros beetle because of their impressive armor. The adult ACTEON beetles have actually no natural predators because of this, and they are actually often kept as pets by people who live near the rainforest. Number 2 is the Queen Alexandra's birdwing. Similar to the Atlas moth, this butterfly has a wingspan of about 1 foot long, which makes it the biggest butterfly in the world. I think butterflies are just amazing. There are so many different types of butterflies. These beautiful giants are entirely gentle, and one bug that I am not afraid of if it lands on me. Well, okay, I've had a butterfly startle me, but yeah, let's just move on. They don't seem to pose a risk to humans. I mean, it's just a butterfly, right? Unfortunately though, they are on the endangered species list, and thinking about it now, I don't see butterflies as often as like I used to. It's largely due to palm oil plantations taking over their natural habitats. So yeah, it's people that are destroying these butterflies, and it's pretty sad. In our final spot, we have the ARTHROPLEURA, or the prehistoric giant centipede. Honestly, all you need to know about these things is that they grew way too big, like way bigger than they need to be. They're, okay, get this, they're 1/2 meter long. So we're not even talking about, you know, the millimeters, the centimeters, the inches, or feet. Yeah, we've gone beyond that. We're talking meters. Despite their size, these centipedes were not predatory and lived entirely on plant life. So that's one good thing, you know, they're not eating humans. They also have no natural predators because of how massive they were. Oh yeah, and some good news, they went extinct. So it's kind of good that they went extinct because they seem pretty terrifying, but it's also sad that animals, like their whole population, the whole existence of them just disappear. Like how amazing would that be to bring back a saber-toothed tiger? Well, there you guys have it, guys. That was the top 10 scary biggest insects ever found. I was Charles Landon, do not saying thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys all in the next most amazing top 10 video.